So today I want to talk about the yoga. So it's not about the regular yoga, it's about a path to clear up the ignorance and allow the soul to restore its own nature by attaining the true knowledge. So there are four paths of yoga. One is karma yoga, bhakti yoga, raja yoga and jnana yoga. So we can clear up this ignorance of mind by continuously practicing these yogas. So we call as abhyasa, okay? And by detaching ourselves from all the things, we call it as vairagya. So first yoga today we are talking about is karma yoga. So what is karma yoga? So it's like purifying your mind by means of your work. So if you do good actions, you will have good karma and its effects. If you do bad things, bad actions, you will have bad effects. So karma, it's only related to your body or mind, but never to soul or self. So the difference things between good karma and bad karma is, in good karma it will strengthen your and power your moral powers. In bad karma it will increase your ignorance. In good karma it's like non-attachment to anything. In bad karma you are attached to some kind of things. So it will purify your mind, good karma, and bad karma will not purify your mind. And good karma is done without any desire, bad karma is done with a desire or motive. So in a Sanskrit word karma, karma means kri. In Sanskrit, kri, its meaning is to do. So most of the people think of this other term karma as its effects on action based on the past actions or past things. So most of the people think karma as such, but coming to its karma and its effects on character, in karma yoga we call it as only work. Okay, in karma yoga meaning of karma is nothing but work. Okay, so mankind ultimate goal is to get knowledge, but most of the people think that it's all about achieving pleasure and happiness. But a man finally realizes that it's the goal is attaining the true knowledge. So man towards true knowledge is going towards the ultimate happiness. And this pain, pleasures, these are very great teachers which shape our character. So we can say that a man character is nothing but equal sharings of his good and bad things. We call as miseries and happiness. In fact, misery is greater teacher than happiness. Example, poverty teaches more than wealth. If you have life blows or hurdles which teaches more than compliments or praises. This knowledge is present within man. No knowledge comes from outside. It is all inside of. What a man learns is really what he discovers. So what he is learning is already present in his mind, but he is discovering by taking the cover of his own soul. There is lots of infinite knowledge. So man doesn't invent or something new. He always there is in his mind and he discovers. For example, Newton has invented gravitational discovered gravitational law. So it was always present in his mind, but it came from his mind when he was sitting under the apple tree. He realized and studied his own mind. External world is just gives only suggestions. So all knowledge, whether it is secular, spiritual, is in human mind. In many cases it is not discovered but remains covered. Man ignorance should be gone. It only can be achieved by discovering the knowledge existing in his mind by taking the cover. And one more thing, these suggestions is just a friction or any kind of blows in his life which brings it out. So we must understand that we are the result of our joys, happiness, sads, blessings, praises, blows in our lives. If we study ourselves brought by this life, hurdles, blows, then we can understand and the true knowledge when we study ourselves. Every mental and physical blow that is given to soul, by which its power and knowledge are discovered, this is the karma. So we are doing karma all the time. For example, we are talking to people, you are listening, breathing, walking, this all comes under karma, whatever you are doing actions. So everything we do, physical, mental, is karma, and it leaves marks on us. So when you observe ocean waves, we observe only the large wave, but we must understand that it contains lots of millions of small waves, but we can only hear the large noise from that large wave. So what I am saying is, every small work is, every pulsation of our heart is a karma or work. If you really want to judge a character of a man, don't look at his highest great performances. Even a fool may become a hero at one time or other. What a man do is most common actions, like rather than I can say habits. These are indeed the things which will tell you the real character of the greater man. Great occasions rose even the lowest of human beings to some kind of greatness, but he alone is really great man, whose character is great always, the same wherever he be. So karma and its effects on character is the most powerful that man has to deal with. So man is just like a center. A real man is just like a center who is attracting all the power towards him and sending back in the form of big current. So he attracts and draws all universe towards him. He attracts all the good, bad, misery, happiness towards him, and he throws outwards by his character. He has the power of drawing and has the power of throwing it out. All work you see in manifestation of will of man and display of thought. What I am going to say is, if a man do any action, it is the display of his thought and manifestation of his will. He wanted to do something, he got a thought, he got a thought, he has a will, then he is working. So you must understand that many missions, cities, empires are built because of manifestation of will of man. This will is caused by character. If a man has a good will, it's because it is caused by his character, and character is manufactured by karma, by doing actions. As in karma, so in manifestation of will. So in conclusion, man have a display of thought, will, which will be caused by his character, and this character is manufactured by karma, his work. Karma is the manifestation of will or thought. So this character is nothing but is all the good and past experience and miseries, all this shapes his character. So great people like Buddha, Jesus, they are tremendous workers. Every people who are great people are tremendous workers, powerful enough to overturn the world by his persistent work. So for example, Buddha, Jesus, they have a good will for mankind. They achieved this great success because they have good will towards mankind. They are worshipped because of their goodwill, character and karma. But their fathers, for example, Jesus' father is a carpenter. So these are not hereditary. Okay, these are not hereditary. And when you take Buddha also, he got enlightenment because of the miseries of the people, not by his father who is a king and emperor. So what I am saying is, no one gets anything unless he earns it. A man may struggle all his life to become rich by cheating thousands of people. but at end of his life he becomes and he realizes he is a trouble and nuisance, and he realizes at later of his life. We are all busy in accumulating things for our physical enjoyment, but only what we earn is really ours. For example, a fool buys all the books in this world. In his library there are lots of books, but he will able to read only those he desires. That desiring is produced by his karma. Our karma determines what we deserve and that we can assimilate. We are responsible for what we are wish ourselves to be. We have the power to make ourselves. If our past actions are the results of what we are now, whatever we wish to be in the future produced by present actions. So we need to know how to act now. People say, what is the use of knowing how to act? Everyone is working. But as per Karma Yoga, Gita says that it is the doing work with cleverness and as a science. By knowing how to work can attain the greatest results. So you should know how to work in most scientific and most cleverness, and but you should know how. You should start with why also. All this work is simply to bring out power of mind which is already there, to wake up that soul. Power is already inside you, but it's the situations or the life situations which brings them out. Man works for various motives. Everyone want to have money, fame, and want to go to heaven, and they want to get name when they die. Even in China, no people get their title until he is dead, which is a better way. Some people work even so that some people work for that. Even some Mohammedans, Muslims work all their lives to have big tomb built when they die. Don't work for this, but work for work's sake only. Don't care about name, fame, heaven. Because of goodwill, you should work for goodwill. Some people have intentions and motives and they help people, but these motives like name, fame seldom may produce immediate results, but does not gain anything in later life. So for example, if man works without any selfish motives, does he gain anything? Yes, he gains the highest. Unselfishness is more paying, only people have not patience to practice it. In health aspect also it's more paying. Why? Love, truth, unselfishness, these are the highest ideas or powers. Man can start work for 5 days or 5 minutes without selfish motives, without thinking of future, heaven, any kind of anything. He becomes powerful, moral person. So greatest power is self-restraint, greater power than any things. Let me share you some examples. For example, a cannon ball, or in Telugu we call as Firangi, when loaded with some cannon ball, when it is fired into the air, it goes long distance and gradually it falls. So, but when this cannon ball or this ball from that Firangi or that strikes against the wall, any wall, it impacts and generates intense heat. Okay. So all this energy flowing, if you have any motives or like intentions, then this energy will gradually fall down. It will not cause power to you and does not return to you. But if that energy is restrained, it will result in development of power, self-control. So self-control will tend to produce mighty will, a character which can make you like Buddha, Christ, Jesus. You must understand that foolish men don't know this secret, so they will not rule the mankind. Many of us cannot see beyond few years. Just some animals can see beyond few steps. Just like we have narrow circle within our mind and have not patience to look beyond and become immoral. This is our weakness. Work for higher and right things, but don't think of fruits. Just leave the fruits alone. Why care for results? If you wish to help a man, never think what that man's attitude should be towards you. If you are doing good work, don't think about the result, but you need to do that work with intense activity and passion, which is necessary. We must always work. We cannot leave a minute without work. So in life, there are different kind of works. Some people are struggling. Some people having the peaceful and calm around their life. But these both are not perfect. A man may be crushed by the world, just like a fish that lives in deep sea water. As soon it brought to the surface, break into pieces, deprived of water. So man who is busy and having lots of struggles in life, and he is in this fast-paced life, when come to a quiet place also, he is not, whether he may lose his mind, or if a person who is staying in calm environment comes to this terrific world, may lose his mind also. The idea is, the man who is ideal man is who is at the middle of the greatest silence finds the intense activity, and in midst of intense activity finds silence and solitude of desert. So what is the meaning of this thing? So if there is a silent and greatest environment, he finds and utilizes and finds his intense activity and karma work. Even in the intense activities or intense disturbances in traffic, he also finds that silence. So he has learned the art of secret of restraint, self-control. For example, in streets of big city with traffic, his mind is calm as he was in cave. His working intensity is high all the time. This is the idea of karma yoga. You can learn the secret of the work. So begin with work. Make ourselves more unselfish every day. Do work and find out higher motive power that triggers or drives us and promotes us without any desire or expectation in few years. Then our motive, generally we find our motives are always selfish, but gradually this will melt by effort till unselfish work, and finally we become perfect unselfishness. The moment we attain all our powers, concentrated knowledge which is ours will be manifested.